Yo, what's up, everybody?
Woo!
What's happening? Hey, welcome to all these amazing guys on the stream right now. From Oklahoma, Heath Corrales. From Chicago, Joey Silva. New Jersey, Jamal Fletcher. Right here in Pittsburgh, Gilbert Swaggins, also known as Gilbert.
Gilbo.
Good stuff, man. I'm so glad you guys are joining us. Hey, those of you that are watching right now, we're going to be giving away some free tickets for the conference that's coming up. It's going to be awesome. I'm sorry, all of you guys that are on stream with me right now, you're not eligible. So sorry, Gil, Joey, Jamal, Heath. Like,
no,
yeah,
I'm out,
dude. Yeah,
I'm done.
Sorry.
I'm done.
I only got on here for the free stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like
I'm
you're
here.
I see the Chicago Bulls hat, and I'm not surprised by that comment. So.
Whoa!
Yo, I don't even know where everyone's allegiances lie. I know where Gil and Joey are at, but like Jamal, like where are you at on like when it comes to like the NBA landscape? Like,
I am so Dwayne Wade is my favorite basketball player.
Okay.
So Miami Heat is kind of near and dear to my heart. I have mad respect for Chicago. Growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago was the closest. So Bulls fan. So I can't even hate.
Heath.
You know, growing up, I was a longtime Bulls fan. You know, MJ, but like I'm a state guy through and through. So it's all about the OKC Thunder now, man.
Wow.
Like, we're having it's a rebuild year for sure.
Right.
We have like 50,000 draft picks for like the next 10 years.
Yes,
you know.
they hold the NBA future.
We do. We're going to draft the entire Duke University. So.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, if you want to win 5 free tickets for the conference that's coming up, right, then here's what you got to do. Share the stream from whatever platform you're watching it on right now, whichever Facebook channel you're watching it on. Share the stream. Tag us at LTG Conference. I see you, David Rosenblum. I saw you just log on. I love you. He's an incredible worship leader, by the way.
Bro, David actually sang at our church one time. We tried to poach him. But that boy said no. He's faithful.
I see Chris Stanley's out there. He's laughing at you. It's been a rebuild, Heath. Yeah, 8 years of rebuilding. Yeah, he's right.
That's actually true.
So you gotta share it. Tag us. Hashtag LTG Conference or LTG Live. Actually, Jenna. Hey, you're back. Jenna almost won. She was in second place last time for the 5 free tickets. So Jenna, maybe today.
That's tough. If you're not first, you're last. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yo, Jenna, you got to send me a message. We got to have you on a live stream because this is really cool. So Jenna is a youth leader, and she rented an Airbnb for all of her leaders to experience the conference together, right?
Okay.
How about that?
That's
go.
Big brain.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
Shout
big
out
brain
to
right there.
Yeah,
That's a flex.
Yeah, absolutely. So she's talking to us right now. Thanks, Ricky Bobby.
Thanks, Ricky Bobby.
Bobby.
That's good. Hey, Heath. I think Chris is still coming at you, man. He's
Oh,
he's
tough.
He can come at me, dude. I hear. I'm not scared of Chris, man.
Oh yeah, the Bulls. The Bulls.
I just got 2 words: Chicago Bears. That's all I need to say. You know, and so.
Hey, listen. All I know is every single one of you got through the pandemic watching our documentary about our team.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
About your team or about one guy?
Team? Come on.
It was 6 teams.
Yes.
6 teams. It wasn't all the same team.
Let's go. I got through the pandemic watching Tiger King. I don't know what the rest of you were watching, but that's what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo,
that's what we're known for in Oklahoma. Yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about Tiger King? When we were doing the pandemic, obviously a lot of people were doing virtual. We were doing virtual as well. We were doing Zoom youth groups, and I was doing games. I was doing the preaching, and I was doing the worship. And one time I put the Tiger King as my background, but I forgot to change it. And I started doing worship. Bro, I'm singing these songs to Jesus, pouring out my heart. And Tiger King is cuddling a tiger in the background.
This is amazing.
Bro, kids immediately, yes, definitely, big sheesh. Yo, kids took pictures of it. It's floating around my youth group. I am 100% that at some point I will be a meme.
Yes.
Not right now, but in the future,
No, at
it
this
will come
moment.
back to me.
At
It will come
this
back to
moment.
me. It's probably on the dark web somewhere.
Yeah, how do we get access to that? Who do I have to like negotiate
I'm
with
sure
to get-
if you no cap, if you were to bump into one of my students and ask them, "Yo, you got that picture of Pastor Jamal?" They probably do have it in like just on deck at any given moment.
Students of Pastor Jamal that are listening right now, I'm gonna give you Joey Silva's phone number.
Yep.
Right now. Send it to him.
I'll make a T-shirt out of it. It'll be awesome.
Jamal, you're doing a breakout for us, and I haven't gotten it yet. I'm really hoping to see that picture is edited into your breakout.
I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that.
Jamal, you should do the breakout session with the Tiger King in the background. That's how you record your breakout session.
This is so good.
There's no way. There's no way. I can't put myself out there like that. If someone else catch me slipping, that's one thing. But I can't put myself out there.
Let's go.
That's so funny, dude.
Well, listen, if you're watching right now, and you want to win 5 free tickets to the conference, share the stream. Tag us at LTG Live and hashtag LTG. Tag us at LTG Conference, hashtag LTG Live. Mark Andresen, I see you out there. Mark was a part of our conference last year. He's an amazing leader, runs an incredible organization. Mike Elliott is talking to you, Jamal. He wants to see it. We got to see the picture.
Oh, that's so crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm scared.
No, this is so good. So this is cool. So hey, here's what I want to do just for a couple minutes. We got some video clips we're going to show. That's cool. But all of you, I mentioned earlier, all of you are going to be a part of the conference. A bunch of you doing breakouts. Gil is doing a bunch of our live hosting like he did last year, and going to be a part of a conversation that we're going to have during one of our main sessions on the topic of mental health, which is such a huge, so relevant of a topic for what we've just all come through and for today's generation. So each of you that are doing a breakout, Jamal, Heath, Joey, give us a sneak peek. Give us like, don't give away too much because then people won't show up, but give us a sneak peek of what you're going to be talking about in your breakout. Heath, we'll come to you first.
Yeah. So basically, you gave me such a beautiful title, Casting a Compelling Vision. Basically, the principles that I'm giving you guys in vision casting is don't do what I did. It was a lot of learning by experience of doing it the wrong way. So I think I figured out a formula and a concept to maybe do it the right way. So
nice.
Real quick, I just want to interrupt. Yo, what's up, Chris Davis? I went to college with this guy. Fun fact, but he's there in the chat. I just want to say hey.
That's so good. Well, Gil, go ahead. You jump in now. Gil, you're going to be a part of a discussion that we're having on mental health. I know that last year for the conference, some of your breakout actually touched on some of that a little bit. So kind of sneak peek of what we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, it's probably the most prevalent thing within students this last year, the rise of depression and anxiety and feeling like uncomfortable in social situations at home, all these different things. So it's just going to be like actually an honest, transparent, kind of vulnerable, let's discuss what this is, because sometimes the church avoids that, especially with young people. It doesn't open up and like engage about here's what's normal to feel, here's how you get through it and all that kind of stuff. So very excited about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be so good. There's gonna be a couple other guests that are joining us for that session. That's gonna be a live session there, so we'll actually be able to Skype, some people in, and people will be able to type some questions into the chat. And so Gil and I are gonna be kind of walking through that conversation with two friends, Dan Harold, who is a Youth Alive missionary in Wisconsin, and then Terrence Talley, who is an evangelist and talks on this issue a lot in his public school assembly. So that's gonna be really good. Joey, let's go to you. You got an awesome breakout. We've been kind of laughing about the title that you chose for your breakout, but I won't give it away. You go ahead. What are you going to be sharing?
Yeah, the title, which I've had forever, is Fat Leaders Only, FAT acronym. I didn't realize how that would come across with my picture in the background when you posted it. And so I reposted that kind of as a joke, and I started getting a lot of people laughing. Although I felt like a lot more people were laughing at me than with me. Like they're like, "Oh, you did that accidentally." I know what I look like, guys. It was a joke. It's not a big deal, and it has nothing to do with weight. Obviously, the bigger fellows, we preach better naturally because more air in our lungs. But really, Fat Leaders Only is just about what kind of leaders you're looking for, and most often than not, I think we get caught looking for Eliab and miss out on David. And so it's just about, hey, when you're looking for leaders, maybe the captain of the football team, captain of the cheerleading team, most popular kid isn't necessarily the best option.
So good. So good. Love it. Jamal, what are you going to bring? You've been bringing students to LTG conference for years. But this is the first time you've been one of our breakout speakers, so super excited for people to be able to hear from you, because I know you well, and I know God has a great anointing on your life. So what are you going to be sharing?
Yeah, appreciate that, man. I'm excited to be able to share. We're going to be talking about empowering student leaders. It's just been a blessing in the 12 plus years I've been doing youth ministry to be able to, much like Heath, learn from my experience as to what to not to do when it comes to empowering student leaders, and some of the things that have been successful for us as a youth ministry. So just going to be taking the time in that online session to just kind of break down 4 things that I believe are impactful when it comes to empowering student leaders.
That's so good. I love it. And we got a lot of friends saying hi here. Salvador, what's up? Saying hi to you, Pastor Joey.
It's my guy Sal.
And let's go, Bo. Come on, man. Good to see you.
Oh,
That's one of your
Dore.
Oklahoma boys right there, Heath. Yeah.
He's an LSU fan, but I'll claim him.
So good. This is so good. This is so much fun. I love it. So, hey, Ricky Ingram.
Ricky.
Yo, Ricky was on with us, and then Ricky's got some students coming too. He's been a big part of LTG. So good. Yeah, I was gonna say something about that too. Yeah, that mic. I was I'm gonna date myself, but that takes me back to the Janet Jackson days, man. With
Yo, this is my
mic.
This is a gamer mic. Yeah, it's for ministry. When I got to get online and teach these students what it is out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Let them know I don't play no games. I'm real.
That's it.
This is youth ministry in its finest.
Up for grabs. 5 free tickets for the conference. All you got to do, share this stream, tag us at LTG Conference and hashtag LTG Live. Jamal, you said something just a moment ago in regards to your breakout about student leadership. So let's just hit that real quick. Just real quick, I'm just gonna let each of you just give me just a quick snippet of your thoughts on why investing in students is so important, specifically trying to invest in them as leaders and helping them discover that leadership gift in them as a student. So Gil, I'll start with you.
Yeah, well, mine's maybe a little bit morbid, but here's the fact of it, right? So I'm 31. I like to think of myself at least as still somewhat of a young guy, but I ultimately don't really know how much time I have left in life, right? I don't know when it's going to be my time that God calls me home. And by pouring into the next generation, I guarantee, or maybe I can't guarantee, but it is a worthwhile endeavor to make sure that the next generation is equipped to be able to handle that much more problems and be able to pastor and lead those that are coming in their generation and those after them. So
yeah, so good. Joey.
Yeah, one thing I always say is youth ministry is not youth ministry unless youth are ministering. And so we just got to give them an opportunity. If they show up to your youth ministry and they treat it like a show, maybe it's because you treat them like a guest. And if you don't get them to be a part of it, then why would they come?
Yo, back up and say it all over again.
I changed my answer to that.
Back of the live stream, not paying attention.
I changed my answer to what he said.
You know what? It's one of those that you guys are all preached before. You know how something flies out of your mouth and you're like, I should have wrote that down. I'll never remember what I just said. That was one of those things. I was like, oh man, I had a reaction. I wish I remembered that.
It was so good. No, I caught part of it. I just put it in the comments for you, right? The youth ministry is not youth ministry unless youth are ministering. Let's go. That's so good. And if I say that during my main session at the conference, that's completely original. I thought of that all by myself. I did not hear that. What was the other thing you said? You treat them like guests or something else?
Oh, if they treat your youth ministry like a show, maybe it's because you treat them like guests.
Ooh, someone write that in the chat right now so we can have a record of it out there in the Facebook land. That's so good. Yeah, so Jamal, have fun following that up.
I was really hoping you were gonna go to Heath.
I'm good. I'll just repeat what he said.
Yeah, no, I think ultimately when it comes to empowering student leaders, I think that we're supposed to do that as stewards of students, right? Like if we're called
Absolutely.
to be youth pastors, we're going to have to give an account for the time that we spent in this seat. And so one day when I stand before God, I want to be able to say that I stewarded it well. And one of the ways that I feel that we can do that is by looking at the life of Jesus and how he stewarded his time with the disciples. Like, so if it's important to Jesus to do with the disciples, I would think that it's important for us to do it as well. So,
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, Heath, come on, bring it home.
Man.
You're batting cleanup here. Now,
Well,
switching sports. Let's go.
I'm just going to set a very low bar for everybody right now. No, I've probably been removed from like local church youth ministry for like the last 3 years. And even coming out of it, we really saw this push of Gen Z just kind of stepping up to the forefront of things. And, looking back, we were very adult heavy in our leadership. But looking back now, man, I wish I could have gone back and put more of that student-led emphasis on it. And I think Joey just said it so well. If it's not youth ministry unless the youth are ministering. And so we'll probably repeat that a few more times today. But, man, I tell you, the way we empower them and the way we did as youth pastors is we just got in the trenches with them, and that's how you empower them when you're right next to them. It says something to a student when you're willing to go to battle with them and go to battle in the battle with them. So, yeah, for us, it was just getting in the trenches and getting to the place where they were at to empower them.
Yeah, I love that. That. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Whitney. We appreciate you helping us out there. Joey appreciates that because he's frantically trying to write down all the gold that he's given to us so he can repeat it. That's so good.
Joey out here spitting bars.
Let's go, man. One of our very first conferences, I'm just thinking back now, kind of 2016, we do the very first Lead the Gen conference. We had Mike Miller there speaking at that conference, who I didn't really know personally at that time. He just, Jeannie Mayo had recommended him to me, and so I'm like, all right, if it's good enough for Jeannie, if it's good enough for Mom, it's good enough for me. And
makes sense.
Mike came and just, he's become such a good friend personally since then. But he said something in that first conference that I think God actually has used to steer a lot of the vision for this ministry, Lead the Generation. And it's very similar to what you said, Joey, just kind of a different preachy type thought. He said, maybe if we start treating students like leaders while they're in our ministry, they'll stop acting like deserters when they leave our ministry.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, that just kind of captures so much of what we're all about here, what we're trying to accomplish as a ministry. That's the big reason why the conference, if you don't know anything about the conference, let's just pause and let me just kind of fill you in. If you don't know anything about the conference, it is online, but it's online for a bigger reason than just, it's COVID and there's certain people, that can't be together, in group settings. It's online because that's the easiest way for you as a youth pastor to bring your entire team to a conference and experience it together, right? Your student leaders, your adult leaders, the youth pastors. And man, you can have a youth ministry of 7 kids or 10 kids and still benefit from an event like this because you can experience it together. That's one of the reasons why just yesterday, we just decided to launch a 10-ticket watch party pass to make it even easier, make the pricing a little bit nicer. Gilbert, sorry you missed out on that because I know you just bought your tickets like 3 days ago.
Yeah, you hate to see it, boys, but it's all right.
But hey, let me do this real quick. Let me show you a clip. This is from one of our messages from last year. Chris Estrada, he was with us last year. He's going to be with us again this year. This is a real quick clip from his message last year, but this is just straight fire. Let's roll it.
What have you seen Jesus do in your life? What have you seen Jesus do through your students? What do you remember? What testimonies? What weapons is he arsenal? I feel like he's weaponizing you with your memory bank, that you have a secret history with God that the enemy breaks out in a cold sweat about. Man, I feel the presence of God right now. Father, man, I just declare that I feel like heaven is punching a hole in the roof of whatever room you're watching this in, and he is trying to get you to say, you are no longer going back to normal.
Let's go, Chris.
Yes.
My goodness.
Ooh,
That's like all you need. You just need like 15 seconds of Chris, and you're like, okay.
Lord have mercy.
right?
Come
That's
on.
the face,
so
Jamal.
good.
That's
I
the
just
face.
just preach.
That's when you know it's good.
Right. Just, my man said, I just declare. Come on, you better declare in here, Holy Spirit.
Let's go.
Come
You
on.
can do. I think that's the thing that surprises people about online stuff because we're so programmed. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Like for generations, we've been programmed that moments like that only really happen in the context of a live setting. And man, let's bust through that. It's a new day, friends. Right? There's new ways to do things. And I just like, man, we're just going for it. Let's go.
Hey,
and
Aaron,
You know what I really appreciate about Lead a Generation? Like, sheesh. Sheesh. What I really appreciate about Lead a Generation is that it is so appropriate for right now. Like when we think about, I'm just going to be very just frank here. When we think about the last few years, leadership has been a topic of conversation across the board.
Yeah.
And if there has ever been a time to invest in leadership and invest in leaders of the next generation, it's right now. So in my mind, if I'm a youth pastor and I've been watching the conversation about leadership over the past few years, I have no choice but to take an opportunity like this one to make sure that my team, my students are equipped to lead a generation in the right direction for years to come. That just makes sense to me, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He just outdid you, Joey. That was so. I'm gonna grab that clip.
No, I'm just saying it just makes sense. It's like this is a piece to the puzzle. Why would I not jump on that?
So I love it. We're gonna have to edit that microphone out, but we're gonna use that clip there. That's the. But you bring up a question or actually an answer to a question that I wanted to ask you guys anyways. So let's talk about that because, I'm sitting here looking at the stream. We got Heath, a DYD, who does leadership development across all the state of Oklahoma. And then I got 3 full-time youth pastors here on the call. Why is it so important for us to make it a priority, to be intentional about leadership development? Whichever one of you wants to jump in first, go ahead and go.
I mean, Jamal said it best. We need it. I mean, who else is going to teach these students what it is to be a leader, a God-fearing leader? And so we have this opportunity to really just strike where there is a hungry generation right now. Man, these students want this opportunity. So, man, I think if we're not taking advantage of it, then we're just missing the mark. So I think it's huge.
Come on.
I agree. I think like at the end of the day, like if you can get a student to start thinking about leadership just in general when it comes to their own life, especially their spiritual life, there's so many trickle down effects that communicates, specifically the one of ownership and like recognizing like my spiritual life is my responsibility to steward well. There's like a mentality shift that happens in students when they realize like, oh, I can do this. It's kind of like whenever you have like a freshman playing on football and they like play a couple of years and they realize, okay, I'm junior now, I'm the starting quarterback. There's a different kind of ownership that kicks in and a different kind of leadership. But they realize like, oh, I'm the guy right now. Getting students to realize like, hey, you don't have to wait for another moment in life. You don't have to wait to be a junior in high school. Right. You right now as a 6th grade guy or girl can take leadership over your spiritual life and like change your friends' lives, change your family's life. Yeah. It's just such a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
Totally.
That's so I think too, one of the things that pops into my mind is that this generation of students is a unique group of students because they are the most informed generation. Right.
Totally.
So they have access to crazy amounts of information, but they don't know how to necessarily use it because they maybe lack the experience or the leadership on how to use those things. And so it makes just makes sense. They need leadership and they need people and platforms that are going to help them take that information and use it for the kingdom of God to cultivate the type of fruit that we want them that we want to see, that the world needs to see from the church specifically. Right. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I would just add, I think I've always felt leaders are leaders no matter what. It's the direction that they're leading is what we have a say-so in. And you think one of the greatest orators and public speakers ever is Hitler. And Hitler was a phenomenal leader. He's just leading in the wrong direction. And so how many of our kids are going to be great leaders, but no one gave them the right direction to lead in? And you look at our landscape right now with social injustices and all the different elements that are going on the public stage. and there are leaders on both ends. And so if we can help our students understand their God-given abilities, giftings, and anointings to lead spiritually, then we give them a direction to put all that energy, all that anger, happiness, frustration, all of it, and channel it through the Holy Spirit to do what God has called them to do and lead in the direction God has called them to lead.
That's so good. Sorry, I lost you guys there for a second, but thanks for continuing the conversation. Am I back now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, good. So the reason I lost you is because Jenna sent me a picture, and I was trying to figure out how I could get this picture up on the screen. Jenna, I hope that you're still out there watching. Before I put this picture up, I'd love to, Jenna, just comment something in the chat. I know there's a little 30-second delay here, so I got to give it some time.
I'm so nervous right now, Mark.
Got it good.
And so Jenna, are you out there? Are you out there? Just post in the chat real quick. By the way, if you want to win the free tickets, you got to stay to the end of the stream. Like if I call you out and everything like. And okay, I'm just gonna have to show this picture. I've never shown a picture on this platform before, so I don't know how. I think it's gonna go over top of all of us real quick. But here we go.
No.
The same headset, the same hoodie.
Yes, bro, you're rocking the same outfit.
I'm dying. No, this is that. So she did that just now. That's great. That's excellent.
Oh, there she is. She's like, sorry. She's like, sorry, my kids were fighting.
Hey, you'll always be welcome in Oklahoma, bro. I'm telling you. You're a certified Okie now. I'm telling you, man. You got Tiger King in your pick.
That's hilarious.
I just want to declare right now, Jenna, you are the winner of the free 5 tickets. There's no way we could not give the tickets to you after the brilliant, done work there.
The internet is undefeated.
Undefeated, bro.
Every time.
Undefeated.
Oh, Jamal, I'm going to send you that picture after I post it on Instagram and tag you in it.
You just got like 15 more people going to your breakout session, bro.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
All right, let's do this real quick before we drop the stream. I want to show you one more promo video because I know some people jump in and out of live streams. So some of you are like, what are these 5 dudes even talking about? Why is Jamal best friends with Tiger King? But conference is coming up, online conference. Totally crafted for you to bring your entire leadership team to host a watch party. We got watch party ticket passes that you can buy to make it even easier. Here's what it's all about. Check this out. Yo, it's coming.
Hey, I made the cut on that one.
You made the cut, bro. That was the picture you were talking about right there.
You know what? Hey, sidestep. I'm doing Georgia's district camp this summer, and I love Joe. Joe's killing it out there.
Yeah,
but I'm looking at the lineup, and every other guy who's doing the camp has a super professional, like on this big stage speaking thing. And I guess he didn't even ask me for a pic. He went through like my Facebook and found this picture of me at a camp holding a dead squid, like all roughed up. I'm like, bro, is that the best picture I have in my entire profile that you thought, I'll put that one?
Oh man. Okay.
So I went and took a picture on that one.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I can't get this up on the screen fast enough. But guys, I just got the real. I got the real one. I got the real.
Bro, that's so much better.
That's the real one right there.
Bro, the passion you're singing with. It's like you're singing to the tiger.
Dude.
This is incredible.
Dude. Man.
Yes. Yes.
That's why you need a team, bro. That's why you need a team. You can't be stepping into those situations by yourself. See, if we was live, somebody would have been in the back. They would have changed the background for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The lyrics would have been on the screen then with a whole different situation.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
that's what happens when you try to be the Michael Jordan of your youth ministry and just
That's
try to
the
do it all.
problem. That's why you got to empower student leaders. That should be the promo. I know what I'm talking about. You see that? That's that fail right there. That lets you know I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, too good, man. Too good.
Crazy.
All right, hey, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna ask each of you guys just real quick for youth leaders that are out there that are still on the fence or still trying to figure out, like, should I go, should I not go, should I buy just one ticket for me, or should I buy multiple tickets for other leaders? Like, just give them your best why. Like, here's why you want to be a part of Lead the Gen Conference coming up in 2 weeks from today, actually.
That's really, really easy for me. Sorry, I just cut you off there. I mean, like,
Good.
for what is it, $20? You're getting how many collective years of youth ministry experience? Like 200 years of people who've done youth ministry. I feel like it's a no-brainer investment for like how little you're paying for how much you're going to get. And I think at the end of our lives, we're never going to regret how much time we put into like developing ourselves, developing our leaders, and developing our student leaders. So don't hesitate. You know you need some development. Make sure you get in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would just say to add to that. Oh, sorry, bro. You go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say to add to that, man. Everybody knows. I feel like this might be a John Maxwell principle. But if you're not growing as a leader, then you're dying as a leader. Mm-hmm. And so it's so important that we continue our development as leaders, but at the same time, let's bring others in on the journey with us during this whole thing. So what better way for you to be with your team, and you get to basically cut down all expenses and learn together and grow together as a team. So what an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Jamal.
I think that leaders are learners, and your students are going to learn from the way that you lead. And so choosing to invest in your leadership development as well as theirs teaches them about what it means to be a great leader. So you need to be doing this.
Yeah. And
You
I
got
would
it,
just,
Joey. Clean up. Let's go.
I'd just add, I think we're really fortunate in this group that a lot of us have the network and the resources to bring some of these individuals to our youth ministry. But not everybody does it. I'm thinking about the bivocational guy. I'm thinking about the youth group that's just starting out. I'm thinking about the small church youth group that is just as important and just as vital to the kingdom of God. And what I love about this conference is we're building the kingdom, not the castles. And so this is open to everybody. Everybody can jump in and do something with it. And so might as well take advantage of it.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Sheesh, kingdom over castles. Put it in the hashtag, baby.
Come on, man. That's so good.
Sheesh.
Oh, okay. All right. This is I just had to get it in there, Joey, just because I know you want to go. You're gonna want to go back. You know, let's go.
Yeah, that was good. I was just like, oh wow.
All right, hey guys, this is awesome. And again, if you're joining us late, LTG Conference is coming up. It's online. You want to bring your whole team. Over 36 sessions, $20 a ticket. Actually, it's $19 a ticket. If you buy the Watch Party Pass, you get it even cheaper from a per ticket standpoint. 36 sessions, content for student leaders, adult volunteer leaders, volunteer youth pastors, bivocational youth pastors, full-time youth pastors. We got it all. That's always been the vision of the conference, was to do a conference that was accessible, that was affordable, and that had relevant content across the spectrum of leadership in the average youth ministry. And so that's what we're doing. All of you guys are playing a huge part in the conference this year. We're doing breakout sessions, doing hosting, all sorts of good stuff. So just again, thank you guys to each one of you. Those of you that are out there watching right now, or if you're watching it later, go to the website, leadthegeneration.com. All the information is there. The ticket pricing, the schedule, all the titles of all the breakout sessions, it's all there. So many good things to look forward to. Heath, thank you. Joey, thank you. Jamal, thank you. Swaggins, Gilbos, thank you. Good stuff. And guys, we're gonna roll it out here with one more video. Thanks for joining us today, and man, we really appreciate it.